Getting to Work at Sunrise on the Crane by Barbara Adams. Rosarie Cooper's life incorporates many aspects of a women's experience and the Black experience in the 20th century America. She was born in Florida in 1913 and was unusually fortunate to attend college, where she graduated with a certification as a children's nurse. At that time, there was not much work for Black women other than domestic service or caring for children of wealthy families. In 1938, Rosarie met and married Owen Cooper in Ogunquit, Maine. When World War II broke out, Owen was drafted as there were so many young men who had worked in the factories and especially in the Portsmouth shipyard. Thus, there was a tremendous industrial demand for laborers, and women were encouraged and then accepted into the workplace. That was when women in industry acquired the nickname of Rosie the Riveter. In this changed environment, Rosie, like many other Black women, left domestic service and found work in the shipyard. Rosarie was hired, and here's a direct quote about her experience. "When I first went to the shipyard, I was a file clerk, and then they began training the women on the cranes. You had to climb all those catwalks. I'm not going to say I wasn't afraid. I was. There were small cranes to learn on, but they don't pay as much as the 20-ton cranes, so that's what I wanted. You had 3 months to qualify and 6 months to make your first rating. So I kept going until I got to be the first crane operator on the 20-ton crane. That's the one that lays the keels for the submarines, the cradle, the engines, and the torpedo tubes. I worked on those at 110 feet in the air." Because the crane operator's perch was so high and it was impossible to see the work below, Rosarie had to learn how to follow the hand signals of a rigger on the ground so that the levers and cables for the heavy submarine components were lifted into place accurately and safely. It was a job of tremendous responsibility. When the war ended, the veterans, including Rosarie's husband Owen, surged back into the workforce, and that was the end of her job on the crane. However, she and her husband had saved money during the war, and they were able to buy a house in the Puddle Dock neighborhood after the war. They rented rooms in their home to Black boarders, and Rosarie learned to do hairdressing, which other hairdressers in the area would not do.